Fate. Most people hear that word and think of it as something cold, rigid, or even cruel, something to resist, to fight against. But the ancient Stoics, they saw fate differently. They believed that everything, every challenge, every joy, every heartbreak was part of a grand design. A design not to be feared, but to be embraced, even loved. Amor fati, a Latin phrase meaning love of fate. This was one of the Stoics' deepest teachings, to not just accept what life throws at you, but to love it, to see beauty even in the broken, strength in the struggle, meaning in the mess. Because once you learn to love your fate, you become unshakable. Nothing can steal your peace. Nothing can rob you of your inner freedom. Now, you might ask, what does that have to do with love? Everything. We live in a world obsessed with perfect love stories, flawless people, smooth relationships. But real love, deep, powerful love, doesn't exist without imperfection, without pain, without fate stepping in and testing you. The Stoics understood this. They knew that to truly love deeply, you must first surrender to what is, not what you wish was. You must stop trying to control every outcome and instead show up fully for the people you care about, even knowing they can be taken from you at any moment. Think about this. The people you love the most, they're temporary. So are you. Life is fragile. Stoicism teaches us to look that truth in the eye, not to hide from it. And strangely, it's that very awareness of death, loss, and time that makes love burn brighter, more urgently, more honestly. When you know something won't last forever, you treasure it more, you hold it tighter, you love more fully. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, once wrote, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." Imagine living that way, not in fear, but in focus. If you knew this was your last day with someone you love, how differently would you speak to them? How much more present would you be? We don't love deeply by accident. We love deeply by choice, by showing up day after day and choosing to be kind when it's easier to be distant, choosing to forgive when it's easier to resent, choosing to see their flaws and say, "I still love you, not in spite of this, but with this." That is amor fati in action. It's not just about accepting fate, it's about engaging with it. It's about being fully alive in the life you've been given, not the one you wish you had. It's about refusing to let bitterness grow in the soil of your heart. It's about understanding that fate will take its course, and all you can control is how you respond. Too many people hold back love because they're afraid of being hurt, afraid of loss, afraid of the vulnerability that comes with truly opening their heart. But the Stoic doesn't run from those things. They walk toward them. They know that everything beautiful in life carries the risk of pain. That vulnerability isn't weakness. It's the gateway to everything meaningful. You can't love deeply while guarding yourself from pain. Love, by its very nature, is dangerous. It's opening your heart to another human being, knowing they could walk away, knowing they could die, knowing things could change, and loving anyway. That takes strength, that takes courage, that takes amor fati. That's what Stoicism teaches us. It's not about being emotionless, it's about being emotionally resilient. It's not about avoiding attachment. It's about understanding that all attachments are temporary and loving fully because of that, not in spite of it. Love, in its most powerful form, acknowledges the risk and embraces it anyway. Seneca wrote, "He who fears death will never do anything worthy of a man who is alive." The same could be said of love. He who fears loss will never love in a way that moves the soul. But the man who stares loss in the face and still loves anyway, that man is alive, truly alive. So how do you love deeply as a Stoic? You start by seeing the people in your life as gifts, not guarantees. You stop trying to fix or control them. You simply love them, flawed, imperfect, and temporary. You don't wait until it's too late to say the words. You say them now, and you mean them. You listen deeply. You look into their eyes. You let them know they matter. You become grateful not just for the good moments, but for the trials that make the love stronger. You stop wishing things were easier and instead become stronger, more grounded, more present. You stop blaming and start appreciating. You stop complaining and start cherishing. And when things don't go the way you planned, when the relationship ends, or the person walks away, or life takes them, you don't collapse. You grieve. You feel. But you don't become bitter. You understand that love was never meant to be possessed, only experienced, cherished, and then let go. That's stoic love. It's fierce, it's grounded, and it's free. It doesn't cling or demand or control. It flows. It gives without needing to take. It stands tall even in the face of loss. That kind of love isn't common, but it's powerful. It changes you. It shapes you into someone who doesn't fear the highs or the lows because you found your anchor in something deeper. So don't just love when it's easy. Love when it's hard. Love when it's scary. Love like someone who understands that fate can take it all away in a moment. And that's what makes every second sacred. Amor Fati isn't just a philosophy. It's a way of life, a way of loving, a way of becoming. The next time you find yourself afraid to love, afraid to feel, afraid to give your heart away, remember the Stoics. Remember that strength is not in holding back, but in leaning in. You don't need perfect circumstances to love deeply. You don't need certainty. You need courage. You need presence. You need to meet life where it is, not where you wish it would be. That is where love lives. So here is your invitation. Love your fate. Love your story. Love the people in your life with the full knowledge that nothing lasts forever. And in doing so, you will touch eternity. You can resist fate and suffer, or you can embrace fate and love more deeply than you ever imagined. The choice is yours. Love, not in spite of fate, but because of it.